Welcome to the Whitehead Files. I'm really delighted to say that we are concentrating on the Cherie Blair Foundation. Yes, that's our focus for this episode. The Cherie Blair Foundation is for women and it helps release the potential of women entrepreneurs in low and middle income countries. That's very, very complicated to say. And close to the global gender gap in entrepreneurship. Since the foundation's inception, by founder Cherie Blair, CBE and QC in 2008. It was directly supported by over 175,000 women across the globe in more than 100 countries. And we're very, very proud, and I'd like to call her a personal friend as well, to have Dr Nighat Awan OBE, who's going to be Asia Chair for the Foundation's Global Campaign Board and a driving force for the Foundation's 100,000 Women campaign, which was launched at the beginning of last year. Ask anybody who knows Nighat, and anyone who's met her in business or in any events, they would describe her as inspiring and passionate. I describe her as cheeky as well. A true champion of diversity with hands-on experience, not only within business, but assisting and mentoring young people, women and disadvantaged groups. She counts 4 highly successful and very diverse companies amongst her business achievements, encompassing fashion, floristry, food, and most recently, property and interior design. Before I speak to Nighat, we're going to look at a bit of a case study based from Mexico.
My name is Lubed. I'm from Mexico City. I've been an entrepreneur all my life. My first business started at school, selling knitted bracelets that my grandmother taught me to make. It was always very important for me to be independent. I developed my first company when I was in college. It helped kids with their homework through play and fun. I started a consulting and training company because people around me always said, "Hey, you can solve problems. Can you help my business?" That's how Cinquentia was born. We help other businesses grow, coaching business owners to take their companies to the next level. It's very tough to be the only woman at the table. When I'm with a client, it's almost always a man. Women in Mexico often don't have the chance to reach those levels. I want to work because I want to improve my life and the life of my family. I want to work because I love to help others. I saw a banner for Road to Growth one day at my office. It said, Mexico's most promising women entrepreneurs. And I said, hey, I'm one of them. I need to be there. That same night, I applied, not just to fill my knowledge gaps, but to connect with other women entrepreneurs. I knew the importance of experiencing different points of view and that sense of sisterhood. Road to Growth helped me to take my business to the next level. Being an entrepreneur can be very lonely, but I gained so much from my peers. The program is like a highway to reach your goals. Now I have a partnership with a company in the US as a result and renovated my entire brand and services. It's so important to invest in Mexico and motivate positive changes for women entrepreneurs so we can achieve equality. Road to Growth is changing lives and making things better for a lot of families. Kids can see their mothers totally independent and in control, happy to make her own dreams come true. I'm the first person in my family to have a successful, self-made company, and my family is very big. Now, my sister is following my lead and succeeding in her own company. I couldn't be prouder of her. We're a new generation of strong women to lead the family. Having this opportunity really made a change in me. Women have the power to make such a difference in the life of others. Road to Growth's graduates are changing the world. I was very, very lucky to be a part of this.
Nighat, tell us about the Cherie Blair Foundation, because I know you've been on and off supporting them for, I think, since about 2009, because that's how we sort of connected as well with the Women in Business in Mumbai. So tell us a little bit about the foundation.
Well, basically, in 2009, I was approached by Cherie to accompany her to India because she was launching it in India, in Mumbai. And it was about women and entrepreneurship, which she said, you fit the bill. And she asked me to MC the event. So when I went there, it was a 4-day seminar. I actually learned a lot by actually going there, because I learned how they linked into different people, different, women's groups to bring in for entrepreneurship to actually, and students, to be honest with you, and at that point, I learned over the 4 days that their reach is very, very, very far, so they can get out there and they can get the message out. So Cherie alone, having her brand alone, has a lot of weight. So it really was good.
Brilliant. And I know women entrepreneurs are the engine for current and future economic growth. So according to the Foundation's research from 2019, up to $5 trillion could be added to the global economy, which is huge if the gender gap in entrepreneurship is closed. So now during the global economic crisis, that opportunity is needed more than ever. So from your perspective, why is it important to support women entrepreneurs?
Well, I'm a great ambassador for women anyway, because I'm a woman myself and of Asian descent, and even though I'm born and bred here in Manchester, I'm very supportive to working with women who actually, when I've done my work around the world, I've seen that they are deprived in many, many ways. So it's being a voice for these women more than anything else. And I fell for this whole, the energy of it really sold it to me that I think this could be a very good legacy for Cherie Blair if we did a little bit of work with them.
That's fantastic. So I know there's programs, and there's other programs more what we'll say specific in-country focus, and the priority is to include, this is for 2021 obviously, for Nigeria, Kenya, Vietnam, Indonesia, and brand new countries including South Africa and Guyana. For you, tell us about the foundation and the entrepreneurs in lower middle class income countries.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, there are going to be lower middle income, lower class people in all countries. Yeah, so you've got to take that, into your understanding. And I think the reach for them is that because they will understand it, they will. It's that want, isn't it? It's that need. The very, very poor, all they want to do is feed their children. Then the next level, the husbands are going out to work in the day, the children are beginning to grow up. That's the level of women that you want to approach to say, if you feel you have an entrepreneurial spirit within you, we are here to help. Are you with me? And this will help your family. So if a woman is an entrepreneur, for example, and she's been mentored, yes, and she comes back home, she brings that energy back into her home. That is automatically fed into her children. So you're already preparing the children for the future without realising.
So I know that they've got the Her Venture app, and that's rolling out at the moment, which is free business. Yeah, so it's free business skills learning app designed for women entrepreneurs, which is much needed, and blended learning road to growth. For you, what does 100,000 Women campaign mean to you?
Okay, so I'm not techie, so let's be honest about that. I'm rubbish, I'm not techie, and I made it very clear to them. Otherwise, I probably would have been involved since 2009, and I didn't think it was my thing then. Are you with me? Because I didn't understand it, so it was wrong for me. I'm a people's person, like I'm sat with you today, Carol.
Yeah.
So I believe that if now that it's matured into its age, and we've matured, and I am techie now a little bit, but I do understand both sides. So I think there's two threads here, that run parallel. And I believe that I'm the sort of person that can be a face-to-face person. What I've done in the different countries, I've put lead boards in different countries. So they will the ones that will take it forward. They will the ones that they will bring their foot soldiers on board. And from there, they will interact with different businesses for mentors with a view to get mentors to work with mentees. And a lot of it's online now. So I will do the other side of it, but technically wise, the road to growth and everything, a lot of it's been online, and a lot of people learn it, and children today understand it more than we understand an app.
Yeah.
You know, so it makes it easier for the next generation. Hence, the woman brings it home, the child will be teaching the mother.
Yeah.
Because they are very techie.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. There's a massive legacy there, isn't there?
Unbelievable. Well,
Yeah.
I think Cherie's worked very, very hard. She's put her heart and soul into this, and she works very hard in so many different areas, but I think this particular thing has been very close to her. And when she approached me, I was very honoured that, you know, Asia could be a very good opening.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be very, and I know a lot of people around the world, and I'm a good connector. So I think, you know, I'm not saying I'm going to do lots, but if I even leave a little ripple, you know, for her legacy, I will have felt that I've done a good job.
And in relation to, I do know you're a very, very good connector. And the thing is the aim is to support, yes, 100,000 women in just 3 years, but also raise £10 million to enable the foundation to do that. And, you know, you've got your global campaign board. But before we talk about the global campaign board, from a connections point of view, it's great that Cherie has reached out to you, but also reached out to key people who wholeheartedly endorse this. And we've got a message from former Secretary of State for the United States, but also as well lawyer, author, and former First Lady Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
I've said for a long time, and believe more fiercely than ever today, that advancing the rights, opportunities, and full participation of women and girls is the great unfinished business of the 21st century. Some days it seems it's even more unfinished than we had thought. No single country in the world has achieved gender equality. That translates to billions of women and girls prevented from enjoying equal economic opportunities or fulfilling their own potential. Not only that, it translates to families, communities, and entire countries being held back. Years of data show that when women can fulfill their potential, it drives down poverty, violence, and exploitation. Nations are more peaceful, prosperous, and secure. So championing women's economic opportunity and empowerment is not only the right thing to do, it's the smart thing as well. When more women work and are enabled to own successful businesses, everyone is better off. If we are going to solve the world's most pressing challenges, we simply cannot afford to keep half the population on the sidelines. And I am thrilled that the Cherie Blair Foundation for Women has announced the ambitious goal of reaching 100,000 more women entrepreneurs in low and middle income countries. Each and every one of us has a role to play in making that happen. Empowering women is one of the smartest investments we can make. That's why I'm delighted to support such a timely and vital campaign, and why I want to invite each of you to join as well.
Oh, that was a great message from Hillary,
I know.
wasn't it?
I mean, look at the value of that alone. You know, that's how many people have believe in it. You know, women. At the end of the day, women are women. At the end of the day, and we'll all stand together. You know, and that will make a difference to this world.
Yeah. So, what's your vision for your board?
My vision is that I have. I'm placing board leads and ambassadors in each country. The 4 countries at the moment in Asia, and with a view to build up in Asia. I will be based here. I'm the chair. Obviously, I'll be flying over to the countries that I've started working in. Unfortunately, we have COVID at the moment. Let's not forget that. We can't. And you know, it is history. And we are in something that we never believed. You know, it's from the Spanish flu. That was the last time we had a disaster like this. So it's a bigger challenge, but a challenge that might pay off because people are desperate to go out there and do some work and learn, and they've got time. They've got time to go on to computers. So probably this is an opening actually to do that alone. But where do I stand? Number one, my team will first of all connect up with people in the countries, corporate world, for mentors and different areas. And then we want to organise events. I mean, Cherie Blair is organising an event at the 100,000 women. Alex and team are organising an event virtual in November. And that will be an event of fashion. internationally. Well, that sits very well for me because in one of my countries, she's a fashion designer.
Yes.
So that sits really well for her. So that, in fact, that helps her in a way without
perfect.
realising.
Yeah.
And that helps her team who work for her because she's constantly teaching her people how to better themselves. It's a natural growth. Are you with me? And then, you know, if you're in Mexico and somebody's doing something in Mexico and somebody's doing something else, the connection is unbelievable. And I've had a board meeting with all the board, you know, with all the chairs, with Cherie, and it just flipped through the 1.5 hours like that because so interesting, the women. She has got
so
together
much
some
energy
amazing
as
women,
well.
full of energy.
Yeah. So, I mean, you mentioned the event in November, which is fantastic, and you said the theme would be fashion. Let's not forget your background, madam.
I know, I'm from fashion,
The 3 Fs. Fashion, floristry and food.
Yeah, that's it. All 3.
Yeah.
All 3. So it'll come in handy somewhere. We'll probably be sitting eating at home, I presume.
Yeah.
But we can. Fashion will really thread right through it. And you know, it's very exciting to work with the sort of people that are like you. You know, like you're like me. We're both alike.
Yes.
And the excitement of energy is unbelievable. So that bundle of energy, you wouldn't think when I had the board meeting that each person sat, one's in Miami, one's in LA, one's in Mexico, one's in Cuba. They were all around the world, you know, and you're just sitting talking to them. What has Zoom done? So COVID has brought many things to our table.
Yeah, and that's the key with COVID. I mean, I'm not saying that because, you know,
it's good.
We can't forget the number of people that lost their lives. No. But the thing is, as in the whole thing to do with lockdown, but still trying to connect with each other. This is the glass half full in relation to that because we've reached a lot more people and connected a lot more people, which will help the 100,000 Women campaign actually. So for you, so you'll do certain things, I call it hybrid, so you'll do certain things physically but also online as well.
Yes.
What does a mentor look like to you?
A mentor to me has first of all got to have the energy from within to say, I really want to do something different and help somebody. Yeah. That when you hold that energy in a bottle, when you have that energy, you can deliver that energy across to that person that's not got that ability. Are you with me?
Yeah.
And if somebody wants to learn, you're like a blotting paper then. You learn very quick because you want to learn. And if you can achieve that with, say, one person, that person might have a chance to either do their own business, be placed in a high place in for a job, because they're recognising their skills. So these sorts of things are the things that I think an entrepreneur will be the end would be that, and to me, it's about effort. You've got to give effort, time, understand somebody, patience. All these things are very important. And, and you can do online mentoring.
Yes.
You do online mentoring. I'm sort of a people's person. I prefer to go mentor people. I said it to you. I'd like to go to Manchester University and mentor. So I'm that sort of character. But it takes all sorts of people to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah. And as you're sort of connecting with people and having conversations, this is where it's fantastic to be able to scoop those people up to give something back. I've got some information and some stats here. So this has come from the foundation. So in 2020, the foundation supported over 24,000, reaching 78% of their 2020 target, which is amazing, despite an unprecedented global health and economic crisis. The foundation was able to quickly pivot and adapt its programs and resources to rapidly respond and meet women's emerging needs. So it's contributed to the resilience of tens of thousands of businesses across the globe during what for many is the hardest year on record. No one can, even the depression, it's different to that.
You can't. You
just can't in the current lifetime. And so with the support of people who are watching and the work that you're doing, the foundation want to be able to be on track and hit their target, aiming the support of elite 35,000 women with this year to get their business through COVID. And that's important. It's a
challenge.
It's a challenge because, you're a successful businesswoman and your business has been affected by COVID also.
Big time.
Yeah. So what is the foundation planning to do as part of the 100,000 Women campaign?
Well, I'm sat here. That's a starter.
Yes.
You've got you've got 6 chairs around the world.
Right.
So you've got to bear in mind that each chair, it's like it's like a mountain, isn't it? It's you're going to start with the graph of us at the top, and then we then build up our people underneath as our little soldiers and our people on the ground. So you think of each country doing that, you know, alone. Plus you've got online, you know, that's a separate issue, because that you can coordinate across the world. That doesn't really, you know, you can actually, it doesn't matter where you are around the world online, but on the ground, you can actually work towards breaking those numbers down to each country. And we should be able to reach at least 5,000 a country, 3.5 to 5,000. We should be able to, you know, 3.5 being very, you know, minimizing, you know. Once you get involved into it, and the word, it's about how you PR it, how you sell it, how you, and because Cherie is the brand, Cherie Blair, it makes it, people believe in it much easier.
Yes.
It's a much quicker sell for people to understand that this is not fake news, this is real and believable. So, and if they think that somebody like her can believe in them, and it's not about me or any other chairs, it's actually Cherie Blair. She is the face. Let's not, you know, move that around. That's the fact. And I think it's achievable. It's actually achievable, but it's a lot of work behind it. It's not as if, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. It's not that easy, you know.
And you mentioned Cherie, and you hold her in high esteem. We've got a little film here where Cherie and some of her friends endorse the 100,000 Women campaign.
We advocate.
We aspire.
We empower.
We innovate.
We connect.
We celebrate.
We develop.
We communicate.
We collaborate.
We nurture.
We modernize.
We achieve.
We generate.
We invigorate.
We inspire.
We enhance.
We trailblaze.
We decide.
We persevere.
We overcome.
We persist.
I can't wait. I know, Nighat, that you'll see this campaign all the way through to the end of 2022. And you don't like sitting on your laurels and twiddling your thumbs. Goodness knows what you'll take on next. Can I thank you for being with us today? Have you got a last parting message before we wrap and sign up, and before I give my closing statements?
The Fat Lady's not sang yet. The opera's not over till the Fat Lady sings. And we're going to battle on, COVID or no COVID.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. What I'd like to say is that, you know, for the campaign for 2022, they want to reach more than 40,000 women. The target's 100,000 women. They're on track there. They're 78% already just in 2020/2021. And they're creating a global landscape for women entrepreneurs. It's clear that the foundation's support opens doors to finance, markets, contacts, and more, enables women to create better future for themselves and their families, enable the communities to prosper, contribute to strong economies, and move the world in a whole new direction. Thank you to Nighat for taking us through the Foundation's work and her role with the 100,000 Women campaign. It was an absolute pleasure to speak to you. Always a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you. And thank you for watching the Whitehead Files.